I have hit start streaming, and according to OBS, it says we're live.
Lovely. Hey everyone, welcome back to J&J Tabletop. This is Friday Night Fights. Friday Night Fights, hosted by J&J Tabletop, because I just said that, but I'm going to read it again. Friday Night Fights is our game night for murder hobos and min-maxers alike. It's the best and only gladiatorial D&D combat show on YouTube. Today we're going to put our friends through trials and tribulations of an encounter. And then we'll have an after-action report discussing the outcome and anything interesting about the monster, or monsters, or the player abilities. So today, our friends who will be seeking glory in the arena are Ian, or Cleric, playing the paladin named Prince Adam. Jeff, or Dabali Lama, playing Dusty Clayrite, the fighter, Psy Warrior. Marbles, playing Viola Steppentimes, the College of Dance Bard. And then, me. Hi, I'm Josh. I'm playing Ash Cedarwood. I'm a ranger again, because why would I change it up? But yeah, I mean, there's two main reasons why we're doing this. One is to spend more time playing D&D with our friends in kind of a loosey-goose format, and if you show up, you show up. If you don't, we had another person signed up and they weren't able to be here, and that's okay. That's the whole point of this. And then two is to actually test out the new rules and find out how the new player options stack up against the new monsters and creatures. So if you'd like to join in the fight, join our Discord. You could find it in the link tree. Link tree is in the description, or the doobly-doo if you're a Vlogbrothers person. Jacob, can you take it from here?
I can. My name's Jake. I'll be the Dungeon Master. I'm running this just like last time. I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm not going to fudge any dice. I'm going to try and kill each and every one of your characters, because that's the whole point. And we're going to have some fun. And because you're short a person, I designed it for 5. So if you win, it's like an extra badge of honor. So, that's just like how it is. And I was going to do our combat playlist, but because you're shorthanded, I'm going to use the epic combat playlist. So the 4 heroes here, you step into the arena, you just see rubble all over the place, right? Like, that's the map. I'm going to delete this. Everybody's good with their starting position. That's what that circle was for. I think so. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, love it.
Yep,
Locked.
good.
So you step into the arena, you see all of this rubble all over the place, and mechanically speaking, it's gonna we got some people looking forward to a TPK. I like where Nick's head's at. So yeah, mechanically speaking, this is gonna be good for blocking line of sight. Depending on exactly where positions of you and the enemy are, I'll be granting cover, different kinds of cover for that. So if you're curious, certainly ask, because no one has more incentive than you to not get hit. So that's a good policy. But as you step into the arena, I mean, you might not see it on the map, but it is a packed house. Like, the crowd is going wild. You hear people selling peanuts, popcorn, sausages, all sorts of things. And as you are preparing yourselves for combat here, you see emerging from the left hand side, not the Duchy, you see 3 floating style creatures emerge from the left entrance. We've already rolled initiative, and Josh's character has alert and swapped with Prince Adam. So we are going to start combat, leading off with Prince Adam.
Can I just say quickly?
Ian, how would you... Go ahead, Josh.
Henry, who's our very young friend, Baron's son, said good luck against Xanathar. And that's a spectator right there. I know it's not the same thing, but holy cow, Jake. I think he had inside information.
The thing knew that he couldn't make it, so he asked what they were fighting. Oh, you guys are fighting.
Fair enough.
And I couldn't disappoint my man Henry.
Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, Prince Adam.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick out my spell scroll and use my magic item right off the bat. I have the spell scroll Bless, and so I would like to cast Bless on my 3 companions, Dusty, Ash, and Viola.
Nice. So let's put a little circle around Prince Adam, and just remember that you're concentrating. And I guess we'll put blue circles on everybody else. You're too blessed to be stressed.
Thank you, Ian.
Hashtag blessed.
That's
Most
right.
welcome. Most welcome.
So
Very
that
nice.
was your action. Would you like to move or take a bonus action?
I think I'm gonna hold right here for now.
Okay. After Prince Adam goes one of the Grells. And we've got some options here. Which one is the one? I think it's 2. Yeah. We're gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. The Grell, you just see this creature fly behind the rock, and you can't see him. So the fun thing that I get to do with that is hide him on the map. Next up, we've got another Grell. And you see him move down over here. And again, you can't see him. Well, actually, hold on. You can't see him. Actually, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see. And that brings us to Ash Cedarwood, who does have a clean line of sight.
Well, that's just unfair. But I'll take that.
You did get
line of sight.
You did get a certain general direction.
Yes.
To salute.
General direction. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the Spectator,
Good decision.
and then I'm going to make my blessed attack with my longbow. There we go. That's a natural 3 on the die, which is going
Wait,
to.
you didn't use an RNG dice roller, did you?
No, well, I mean, technically
no.
they're all R&D. No, that's a physical die. So that's a 10, and let me roll this pyramid. And that's a 12.
A 12 misses.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
The arrow just lands into the like one of those toothy maws that he emerged out. That was the action of Ash Cedarwood.
Action and bonus action. I'm just gonna move a little bit to give myself some cover. Yeah, like ideally the spectator can't see me behind that. How tall are these rocks? I'm assuming that they're pretty tall, at least at the highest point.
Yeah, I would say the ones that like here, I can ping the map. So like the one that you're at, these are like big enough to completely cover
Okay.
the block line of sights, but like these would be like maybe waist or chest high. Those would be more like a
Yeah, I'm gonna hold position there.
Okay. That brings us to the Spectator, who flies up into the air a bit and is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and is a good, we'll say, 20 feet in the air, and is going to use eye rays, which I get to roll a d4 to see which one I use. 4. It's a wounding ray targeted at Dusty Clayride. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right, Dusty
But
Clay.
you are blessed.
A Constitution saving
Can
throw.
you just repeat wounding ray correctly for me, Jake?
Did I say it wrong?
You didn't say it like Ray Romano.
So the
All
answer
right,
is
a
yes.
21 on the digital dice, and I can roll a d4 if you need me to go higher, but I hope that saves.
21 definitely saves. If it saves against Milo, there's a good chance. So you take half damage, which 11 reduced to, so that would be 5 necrotic damage.
Okay, 5 necrotic damage taken.
And the range is, I believe it, 90 feet. So the next one, oh, I have to re-roll it because you can't do the same one twice. 3, we've got a fear ray.
Boy.
And we're gonna go after Viola Steppentimes. I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
With bless, right?
Yep, bless applies to saving throws. It's ironic that bless is the bane of dungeon masters.
8.
8 is the total.
Oh yes.
All right, so that is a failure. You take 5 psychic damage, and you have the frightened condition until the end of your next turn. For those of you who are not sure what that does, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to the source of your fear. And that's going to be it for the Spectator. So Viola, it is now your turn.
Oh, she's feeling a little spooked, a little scared, but what she
that's
can do is I was going to bane these fools, but I can't see 2 out of the 3, so I am going to play a little shanty on my fiddle that I'm carrying, and
Yes.
3 illusory versions of myself dance out in rhythm with my fiddle as I cast Mirror Image.
Mirror Image. Mirror Image is a spell that works at all levels of gameplay, and it gets slept on. That is a fantastic choice.
You know, I've been playing this game for 5 years, and I've never used this spell once, so I'm kind of excited about it.
You will potentially turn 3 attacks that hit you into misses. That's awesome. All right, so that was your action. So
That was
you can't
my
move. You can't
action.
move closer to the enemy, but you can still move and take a bonus action. Which I know
So
Bard's got
as-
some good ones.
Yes, as my bonus action, even though the subclass's whole like bardic thing is like a melee attack, like a rocket kick to an enemy's face, but that's okay. Nobody's close to me, but I'm still going to do a little jig and inspire Dusty. So Dusty, you can add a d6 to any d20 roll.
Woo!
And that he can do that. He can decide to do that after he knows what he rolled, right? Do I have to tell him if he succeeded or not first?
He can roll it
Does it
even when
mention?
he discovers that he's failed the roll.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
And then I'm going
Alright.
to, I don't know, boot, scoot, and boogie my way around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
So I
can
think the
jig like
Spectator
Jagger,
still
and you
is.
can zig like a Zagger.
I like that. So you can still see the Spectator, but if someone was like on ground level, you would have 3/4 cover behind that rock.
Are
Alright,
there
and
any Sorry, are there any rocks close by that I could have full cover? Or is he just high enough then that he can see more or less over all the rocks?
He's 20 feet in the air, so he's surveying the battlefield.
Then I'm good where I'm at.
Okay. And that brings us to Dusty.
All right. Well, Dusty will advance to get within 30 feet of the spectator. And then he will cast True Strike and hurl a true striking javelin at said.
Oh, that's cool. True Strike.
Yeah.
It's good now.
It's good now. Oh, don't wait.
It's
What's
very
my
good
bonus
now.
action when I cast Blade Ward? Oh my goodness! All the rockin' bits. Okay, so True Strike. If I click it, it says cast on the VTT, which just I think told you what I did.
Oh, I was looking at the spectator. Could you? What did it say?
Well, I don't know if it even showed up for you. It just says True Strike, self-material weapon. It just gives some generic spell information. It doesn't actually make the attack roll. And so,
Do you need someone to
javelin.
roll something?
Well, I will roll it, but it says that my hit is a +4, and I think I actually have a +5 because I'm using intelligence to make my True Strike, not...
That's what it does, right?
absolutely.
It lets you use.
Right. So I've rolled currently a 9, but I also get to add 1d4. So if I click the little dice box, no, those are overlays. Okay. Where are the dice to roll? A d4. Roll to everyone. All right, so that's an
Brings it
11.
to 11.
And I have
11.
D6 from Bardic Inspiration.
You do.
Oh, a 12, which we know misses.
The 12 does miss.
All right, and then with
Yeah,
my bonus...
feeling emboldened, you get up there, you cast your magic, out comes the javelin, and the spectator just goes like you were about to get one of its eye stalks. It just kind of goes, just slides to the left, and you hear the crowd go, "Oh!"
Oh.
As it
And
flies
then I
wide.
will use one use of my 2 uses of bonus action Blade Ward as an Earth Genasi.
Ooh, so the new version of Blade Ward that lets you
You will
raise your
subtract
AC.
1d4. Well, it does
Reduce the
raise the
attack.
AC, but it raises the AC by applying like a Bane type effect
Hmm.
to you. You reduce your
Yeah.
attack rolls by 1d4.
Very
All right,
nice,
and
very
then
nice.
Assuming Grells are going to come up from over this direction, I'll zip back to get Ash's back.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that will be the end of Dusty Clayright's turn.
All right, I'm gonna move just south down the side of the rock, and I am going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Ooh. Here it comes.
Hopefully, here it comes.
Well, yeah. Oh, and it's also worth mentioning, Vanessa Viola is no longer frightened.
Nice.
7 plus 5 is a 12, and does
Another 12.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a level 1 bless, so you're the only one who isn't. Is that correct?
correct. It's only 3 of us, and it's the other 3 that I blessed.
Because a bless could have changed it. But
Yes, it could
alas.
have.
Alas,
Friday night
the
fights
guiding
off
bolt.
to a solid start again.
Actually, this guiding bolt zips past the spectator and crashes into the like one of the like I'm trying to think of the right words, like the ledges of the balcony behind where some people are sitting, and like some rubble hits and like falls, and a couple of crowd members are like, hey.
Did I like warm their hot dogs for them while they were eating or something? And it was good for something.
A couple of people are drunk and they're into it actually. But,
Perfect, great, love it.
Yeah.
Adam, go for the spectator, not the spectators.
Don't.
You know what?
That
You
sounds
know
like
what, Jeff?
inspiration.
You have inspiration for that.
All right.
Yes, perfect.
I love rewarding dad jokes, so don't hesitate to try.
I love telling dad jokes, so this sounds like a perfect match.
Too lenient as a DM. Alright, so that was your action and some of your move. You could obviously got a little more left if you want.
No, I think that's about all for me.
Alright, we are now on Grell number 2. Let's see here. I would say right around here, you see the Grell zoom out around the rock. And then it's gonna take. Seems to be doing some evasive maneuvers, taking the dodge action.
That means
My
its AC
favorite
is a
action.
12.
Wait, what?
The only number we can.
Like, these guys keep rolling 12s. I gotta be careful.
Fair enough.
Does the
Alright,
other
and
one
then
do
out
anything
from
that we
this
could
rock?
oh,
Yep. I was just counting it out.
Yep.
Gets right up in Prince Adam's grill and doesn't have any more actions because it had to dash to get there. But that grill is right there next to Prince Adam. We're gonna move right over to Ash Cedarwood.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna try this again. I will pop out a little bit over this way, so I get a clear view. I'm gonna roll an attack, and I'm not gonna
You will
be
try.
superstitious with my dice. I'm gonna use the same one that I just rolled a 3 on, and we'll see what happens.
Just be a little stitious.
Well, I rolled a 4 this time, so it's better.
It's one better.
So that's 11, and I'm gonna roll a pyramid, and we'll see what happens. That's a 4 in the pyramid, so that's a 15. 15.
And this is on the Spectator.
This is on Spectator. Yeah.
15 hits. We've got our first hit of the
Yes.
day on the Spectator.
There we go.
Or anything.
Finally.
Ooh.
Love to see it. All right. So we
Hunter's Mark. This is gonna hurt.
roll a little bit of damage. Let's see. That is that's 7 from the longbow. And then what does Hunter's Mark do? A D6? Yeah, D6.
Yeah.
And a 4 from Hunter's Mark, so a total of 11 points of damage.
Yep. We don't have anything to worry about there. Yeah, this arrow
Is it
just
still
like
up?
sinks into like it is still up. Yes. It sinks into kind of like the side of his forehead there, like just above the eye. And you just hear him go. "Ah!" A couple of people that are not avoid are there. See, they're kind of a different vantage point with the guiding bolt. A couple of people in the crowd are they're like, "Oh, hey, he hit him this time. He hit him this time, guys."
And Ash is gonna run the other 30 feet of his movement and just kind of like crouch as best he can behind this this rock if he could get some concealment. Up to you whether that works or not, obviously. But that'll end his turn.
Okay. And that's going to bring us to the spectator, who is going to, he's 20 feet in the air. He's going to fly a little bit more. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and zip back a little bit, 30. And we're going to do eye raise again. Let's see which one he's going to use. Got another fear ray. Fear ray of Romano is going after Prince Adam. So I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw from Prince Adam.
Right. 13.
13 succeeds.
Finally.
And there's no half damage, so you have succeeded against that. We got the next ray. Probably going after Ash, I think. Yep. And that's another wounding ray. I need a constitution saving throw from Ash.
Okay, I'm gonna use that same die that I rolled a 3 and a 4 on.
It's due.
It's a natural 9 this time, which is probably like a 12. Let's see. No, it's an 11.
But you're hashtag blessed.
Is that with your
I'm
bless?
hashtag blessed. Thank you for saying that. That's 13. Still probably not enough.
13 succeeds thanks to bless.
Woo!
And it turns 25 damage.
Oh my god.
Because I rolled an 8, a 10, and a 7. It turns 25 into 12 necrotic damage.
Okay.
I rolled it, that's why I went, oh. I was like, oh, I hope you save, I hope you save.
You are most welcome. That's the best thing I've done all day.
That's the only reason I hit was because of bless. The only reason I didn't just drop to 3 hit points in one attack was because
is
of
a
bless.
game changer. And I don't think they're.
Josh, are you concentrating on Hunter's Mark still?
Thank you for
Ooh.
reminding me.
DC 10. But
Yeah,
it is a
I am.
saving throw,
It's
so
a,
you
it's
do
a
not
natural
bless.
15.
Yeah, you're good. Yep, that's gonna end the spectator's turn. And Viola, you are feeling much more brave than you were 6 seconds ago. And it's your turn.
Well, Miss Stuppentimes might be feeling brave. Vanessa, not so much. But I'm going
Fair
to, in a chorus line, dance my way forward. Do-do-do. Now, can I see all the enemies? Or
I
is-
would say yes. Yeah, because those
Okay.
the ones by Dusty are lower. Here we go. What do we got? Charisma saves?
Charisma save, just trying to beat a 13.
Okay. So the spectator fails. The Grell by Dusty succeeds. And the Grell by Prince Adam also succeeds. So the spectator is baned.
Bane, also the bane of DMs.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Okay, good. I'm gonna moonwalk just back a couple feet.
Yes.
And
Great flavor.
Oh, yeah.
let me see. I'm going to I think I'm gonna again whip out my fiddle, do a little, uplifting music here, and I'm gonna give my man Dusty another inspiration. So do
You have some
good,
inspiration.
Try
man.
not to squat.
That is my inspiring words, is like do good.
You do the thing and the stuff, and it's good. All right, so I think that's every resource you have. Nicely done. And that brings us back to Dusty Claywright.
All right, Dusty will take the hard road and circle around the rocks to engage with this Grell. And now he will draw out a long sword, since it's a little more in melee. And he'll cast True Strike to attack the Grell with his longsword. And so I'll make 2 swings to represent how it is disadvantaged, but it should be a +5 to hit, not a +4. So
And then also bless.
yeah, 6 on the die, and the 1,
Disadvantage,
no,
bless.
7 on the die. So the 6 on the die gives an 11, plus the D4. Roll it to everyone. Is a 4.
Yes.
So a 15 to hit the Grell.
You have once again only hit because of bless,
Yes, bless for the win.
but that is a hit.
So the slashing is one-handed damage, not two-handed. So it would be a 4, because he is using True Strike, not his strength. And now
Okay.
it's 4 slashing, not 3 slashing, which was represented because that's calculating it off of strength.
Okay. So 3 total.
And
No, 4 total. Sorry.
4 total slashing.
Yeah.
And now this Grell is vexed.
He is. Wait. You mean sapped?
Or is it sapped? I thought it was. Yeah, I guess I mean that. Let me read Longsword again. Yep, sapped. Sorry, this Grell
Okay.
is sapped.
He got disadvantage.
He got disadvantage, right?
Yeah. Okay. I lost
And,
track of your resources. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm fine. I have a bonus action available, but I'm not going to use one.
Okay. That brings us back to the top with Prince Adam.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my longsword as well, and I'm gonna take a swing at Grell 1.
Yeah.
That's a natty 2. 2 plus 5 is 7.
A 7 does in fact miss. Much to no one's surprise.
Yes, shocker. And I imagine if I try and move out of melee, it's going to be an opportunity attack against me, right?
Hey, I mean, I don't want to tell you how to live your life. But yes, if you would,
yeah.
that would provoke one if you want to try.
Yeah. No, I think I am going to try and scoot and just deal with the consequences if he tries to attack.
Oh yeah, out comes a. We're gonna go with a tentacle strike here. I think. Yeah. Okay. That is not going to do it. That's only a 12 to hit. I'm sure as a paladin, you're.
No, that misses.
A 12 misses, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can see your AC is 18. Nice.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. That brings us back to the Grells. So we'll start up by Dusty, and he's got disadvantage on the first one.
Yes.
That's how sap works, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So here comes the beak. Goes to bite at you. Disadvantage. That's not gonna do it. That's only a 14 to hit. And then out comes a tentacle, and this is a regular attack now. I don't know what it is. It seems like every time I target you, I roll well. That's a. No, well, you might be able to shield. You got magic on there, so that's a 23 to hit.
Well, I am blade warded, so we will roll a d4, and your 23 is actually a 19 because I rolled a 4, and 19 does not strike my 21 armor class.
That's just fantastic for you.
For me,
Nicely done.
blade ward is also the bane of DMs.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. If the Spectator did that, there would have been another D4 to have to stack on top of that because the Spectator is baned.
Right.
But the Grell is going to just do a little bit of floaty rearranging and just kind of hang out over here. And then it's
But
going to
still
end his
within my
turn.
threat radius?
That is the idea, yes.
Okay.
And that's going to bring us to this Grell over here. Let's see. The Grell's, if the Grell spoke, I was going to say English, common. Like, you thought you could get rid of me, huh? But 1, 2, 3, you're going to fly 4, 5, 6. And it's going after Prince Adam again. This is with the... we're going to go with the tentacle attack. Nope, that's a 16. That's going to miss.
Misses.
And then going for a bite attack. That's even worse. That's a 12. The Grell has missed both strikes.
Good.
Speaking of missing, Josh Ash goes.
So, from where I am right now, I don't know how tall this. Well, I guess it can't be that tall if he hit me from 20 feet up in the air and that far away. Can I hit the spectator from here, or attempt to?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna use all unreliable.
Oh, unreliable.
Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh, this is gonna hurt because he got Colossus Slayer too. Here it comes.
Okay. This is interesting. So, I'm gonna obviously weapon damage, Colossus Slayer, Hunter's Mark. I also want to use my bonus action for Hail of Thorns. I guess that doesn't matter, but I'm gonna use my bonus action for Hail of Thorns, which works a little differently now. It's a bonus action which I take immediately after hitting a creature with a ranged weapon, so I need him to make a Dex saving throw, DC 12.
But he's baned.
4, 8.
Oh, okay. So, so he got a 12, but Bane knocked it down to a 9. All you little
Okay.
bonuses are wrecking my plans.
Darn your
Classic
team
Skeletor.
synergies.
Curses.
Colossus Slayer.
Was he
I believe
4d8
the
plus
D8.
2d6 plus Hail of Thorns? This is ridiculous.
Okay.
This one's gonna hurt, folks.
All right. Sorry, it's a lot of dice to roll. And Jake, I mean, let me just ask. I mean, this is still damage that I'm dealing because of a natural 20 that I just rolled. I know you had to make a save for it. Should I double this too, or no?
I'm gonna say no.
That's what I figured. I would agree. I would agree with that ruling.
You
But I
gotta
had to
ask. Yeah.
It's going to be a total of 28 piercing damage
Between everything all together.
between everything all together. That is 4d8 plus 2d6 plus 1d10.
Plus your modifier?
Oh, Jake, I forgot my modifier. That's plus another 3. So is that 31?
28 to 30, yeah.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is why spectators should not take the field.
The crowd goes wild. Ash Cedarwood, veteran of the last episode.
So it doesn't hit like right in the middle of the eye, of the main eye, but it's like right on the side of it, and like it actually spins it around a couple times in the air, like it just. And it's all bloodshot and just gross and bloody and nasty.
And I'm gonna.
But still hanging on.
Let me just mock this up. 5, 10. Okay. just try to hop back a little bit into the rocks. And that will end my turn.
Yeah. The spectator, now bleeding profusely, a little bit disoriented from the literal spin you made it do after that hit. Okay, is going to fly up in the air some more and over. So we're going to move up to about, we'll say 40 feet in the air. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we're going to see what ray we've got. 3, we've got another fear ray. So we've got a wisdom saving throw. We're going to go at Ash.
It's a 16 on the die.
16
18,
does it.
and then okay, cool.
Ooh, we finally got a new one here. A paralyzing ray.
Ooh.
That's going to be a Constitution saving throw aimed at Prince Adam.
Boy.
All right, con save.
Yes, sir.
That don't. It's a 3.
Okay. I believe incapacitated makes you lose concentration, if I remember correctly. But if that's the case, boom. I'm pretty sure.
I could look it up.
Double check that. Yeah. So yeah, just this like pale greenish yellow ray just slaps into like the back shoulder blade of Prince Adam as he was turned to face it, to fight the Grell that's in front of him, and your body goes limp.
Concentration is in fact broken.
Okay.
And did you say I was incapacitated? That's my condition.
You are off. You are paralyzed and incapacitated.
Paralyzed. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And that's going to be it for the spectator, and that brings us to Viola Steppentimes. I love how it's Steppentimes, plural. I like that.
Oh yeah. Prince Adam, how are you looking like physically? Are you, besides from, you know, like literally becoming stiff, you know, and incapacitated, but like, are you bloodied? Are you?
I haven't taken any damage yet.
Who here has?
I have.
I think it's
Ash and Dusty
Dusty.
took a little bit.
Okay, well,
I would help Dusty over me if I may.
I've lost 5 hit points. I'm fine.
okay, then never mind. I am going to peace out on the spectator and kind of come down here a little bit. 6, and I'm going to try. When there are no good options. I am gonna start playing this really discordant, awful melody on my fiddle as I cast Dissonant Whispers on the Grell. So that is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I'm assuming the one by Prince Adam. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Wisdom save. We've only got a 7, so we've got a failure.
Okay, so
Well, it depends on how you look at it, who failed and who succeeded.
Well, he takes 10 points of psychic damage, and he has to immediately use his reaction and move as far away from me as possible.
Okay. And you said, did you say 10 or 12 damage?
10.
10? Okay. 10 psychic. And move fully as far away from you as possible, right?
Correct.
So, X, 20, 30. Flies over there by using that reaction. It's a nice move there.
And then I am going to use my bonus action to inspire Adam.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a little Macarena. And as I get to the part, I pass a bless over to Prince Adam.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. I'm just gonna do it for Viola. It brings us back to Dusty Playwright.
All right. Well, I think we still have Adam in a fairly vulnerable position here. And so I can, I guess, risk taking the beating by leaving the Grell's threat radius.
Okay.
30
Yeah,
feet
that's a
of
natural
movement.
3 on there. That's a miss.
Oh, thank goodness. And then I can use psionic energy, and I can kind of get Adam out of there. 30.
Ooh, what is this? What is this sorcery you are doing?
I'm using the Force. But, you know, for Dusty, it's all gravity based. He's just changing how gravity works.
So you can actually pull him away, like move his body?
Yeah, it's a little quick move away using a psionic energy die from my class feature. So I'm just trying to read it really quickly to see how far I can push him. I think it's 30 feet. Alright, so yeah. Using psionic power, I'm doing telekinetic movement. One willing creature. I can teleport it 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see. So,
Well, that's pretty useful. Hey, is Prince Adam willing? I have to ask.
right.
I am so willing. I'm so willing.
Yeah, fair
I've never
enough.
been more willing in my life than I am right now.
I am
We'll just park
wholeheartedly
him
willing.
over by Ash. And that took my action and one of my psionic energy die. And I think that's where I'll just end up, and that's where Adam will end up. Now the Grell have to come through me,
Okay.
hopefully.
All right. Prince Adam is paralyzed, but you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. So you are going to miss this turn, but you can potentially shake off the condition. We need another con save.
Got it. Should I change dice or should I keep rolling the bad one?
You know
I've
what
been
I'm rooting
sticking
for.
with the bad one, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
There we go. 17.
Nice.
17, you have shaken off the paralyzation, and you now have regained movement, and you are in a different location than when you got paralyzed in the first place.
And
Maybe
I
you're
wake up
disoriented,
going,
I don't know.
what? Who am I? Why am I here?
Yeah. Exactly.
You're Prince Adam, the fastest paralyzed person in the world.
There you go. But that is at the end of your turn, but you're no longer paralyzed, so congratulations.
Thank you both. That could have gotten really bad really quickly.
Yep.
Yes, it could have. All right, yeah, we're gonna move. The Grell is gonna chase after Dusty Playwright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and is going to make an attack. Attack number 1 with the tentacle. That's a natural 1. We all know what that does. That does nothing. Now comes the beak. It's gonna start chomping at you. Okay, so this is a 20 to hit, but your AC is like 62?
21 with the defensive fighting style.
There it is, folks. That's gonna be it for that growl. And the other one now. It's gonna pursue this pesky bard that scared it away. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nicely positioned. I don't know if you did that on purpose. This is action economy and movement and position 101 right here. Now I have to burn my action. And instead of attacking with it, I have to dash. Watch your action economy series. But I'm going to, let's see. Fly over the head of Viola step times out of opportunity attack reach. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and position the Grell right here. And have both your, it's above you, but it's just within reach. And that's going to be it for Grell 1. That brings us back to Ash Cedarwood.
That's what I have to say about that, Jacob.
Well, moving in position, it is what it is.
I'll take the opportunity attack.
All right.
Well, I
Take a
mean,
little
just from right
tentacles.
here, just from
Yeah.
from I don't think maybe I have a clear view of the spectator. I'm assuming I don't from right there, but
Well, the spectator had a clear view of you, so
works for me. Well, then I'm gonna stay where I am for now. Make another attack on the spectator.
well, just to ooh, this one is
Oh yeah, is there like that silly within 5 feet? There's something. I'll tell you what, Jake.
I know that if you were to attack the Grell, it would be, but I'm just trying to think if it would hit the spectator if it's disadvantage. Jeff, do you know off the top of your head?
I'm just gonna move regardless.
In 2014, if you are threatened, you have disadvantage on your range attacks, but I don't know about 2024 if they've modified it or not.
Okay.
I've
but
moved out
you're
of
just
the
gonna do
Grell's
it
reach.
anyway?
I've moved out
Okay.
of the Grell's reach.
All right, now comes a paralyzing tentacle for a number 1 again. The second natural 1 on the die. Wow.
Okay. And
Here come.
Expenditure was going to be deadly. The dice are in our favor.
we swapped, Jake.
Wait, you
That's
get another 20?
That's another 20.
It's
Oh, Josh.
fantastic.
Josh, this spectator has. Do you want to roll your damage? He's got 3 hit points left.
Oh my gosh.
Your bonus alarm killed him.
Well, hey, it's a good thing you said that because I would have used another. Another spell slot for no reason. I kind of do want to roll my damage if we have the time. Let's just 6, 10, 11, 12. Yikes.
You know what it was? Is I talked
17.
smack.
19.
Josh's
That was
luck
19
changed
points of
completely.
damage. Huh?
Oh yeah, I said I talked smack, and then all of a sudden our rolls flipped. How do you want to do this, Josh?
I would like to, I got one of its eyes last time. I'd like to get the same eye and just pop it. And then I think after that it got confused and just slammed into a rock and killed itself. I didn't do it.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
But
As it hits
I
the
will-
ground, though, the crowd is going. Oh.
I will blow a kiss to someone in the crowd and continue moving. 10, 50,
Roll a
20,
charisma check.
25, 30, 35. Do you actually want me to roll a charisma check?
Yeah, it's fun.
17. Oh well, a natural 17. I don't know what the.
That's fine. And just like in true, I've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Just in true Avatar: The Last Airbender fashion, yeah, it's going crazy and it starts foaming at the mouth at how excited that they are. Was that the
Nice.
end of your turn, Josh?
That's the end of my turn. Yes.
Okay, that brings us back to Viola.
Okay. I am going to. I think. I am not going to do Ray Romano's voice because that would be atrocious. But I am going to try throwing a Ray of Frost at Grell number 2.
I love that that's a thing. I'm gonna give it
Does
half
a
cover.
15? Does a 15 hit?
A 15 still hits even with half cover.
Nice.
This is Grail number 2, you said, right?
Yes. And that is 4 points of cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 in case he was planning on going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. It's got its tentacles full, but we'll see. Alright, so that was your action.
I don't really have any good... You know what? I'm a little down on hit points. I was allowed 1 free common magic item, and so I chose a regular old healing potion. So I'm gonna pop the cork and guzzle it down. And
choice.
I get 6 plus 2. I get 8 points back. Now I'm back up to full.
That probably tops you back. Yeah. Alright, nicely. You gonna move?
I'm good.
Okay. That brings us back to Dusty.
All right, Dusty will do a True Strike longsword attack, but he rolls a 1 for a complete and utter miss. I did get heroic inspiration earlier, right?
Yes,
You did.
I think I'll use that to give myself a
I
second roll on
infected
this.
you with my suck.
But that was a 13 for an 18 to hit.
Nice.
18 does hit.
And that would be 9 slashing.
Okay.
And again, the longsword
Yeah.
the sap effect.
Yes. Okay.
I guess I'm going to play fast and loose with my psionic energy. I'll go ahead and use another
Okay.
one. And I'll make
Okay.
this attack a psionic strike.
I like how
That's
that
another
sounds.
attack, or you're just adding damage?
It's 8 more force damage to that attack.
Woo! Okay.
And that'll do.
Yeah, it's racked with pain. Has like this weird, like, screechy sound coming out of its beak. Very unnatural. It's an aberration. But that brings us back to the top of the initiative. Prince Adam.
All right. I'm assuming he's within reach of my longsword. He's not elevated far above beyond that.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to go and try and attack with my longsword. 11 plus 5 is 16.
16 hits. What is it? You just all of a sudden want to hit now?
Yeah.
This is how it's going to be? All right.
Yeah,
fine.
it
Warmed up a little bit.
yeah, we
That's
did.
fine.
And that's going to
give you
be...
a chance.
We did. That's going to be 1d8 plus 5 damage. So you're going to take 12 points of slashing damage. And then I'm going to
Okay.
go ahead and bonus action Divine Smite this
No.
guy.
Yes.
Smite me, almighty smiter.
And that'll be another 2d8. So that's
Bruce
another 10
Almighty.
points of damage.
That's 22 altogether, huh?
Yep.
Ooh. Wow. What does that look like when Prince Adam smites?
Well, of course, he's going to lift his sword up into the air and just sort of draw this radiant energy into it.
Yes.
And he's just going to come down hard with it. Just electrify the Grell.
Does he mention anything about having the power?
Having the power.
He might, but because of trademark reasons, I don't want to get sued. Nor do I want changing. He sort of sometimes almost has power.
Yeah.
Either way, we know it's glorious.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He is such a man.
Yes. You can't go to the well too often, Jeff. I see what you did there, though.
Yes.
I'm trying to get that inspiration back. All right,
Oh,
so
no,
that
I
was
just
your
love
action
how he
and
had
bonus action.
Yes.
Do you want to move at
and
all?
I think I'm going to stay right there for now.
Okay. That brings us to the good guys, at least as far as I'm concerned. Grell 2 goes after Dusty. This one is made with disadvantage. Yeah. Going after the old beak. Nope, that's a 3 is low on the die. That ain't gonna do it. And then out comes another tentacle. Regular strike. This one may do the trick. 23 to hit. Is Blade Ward last? That's a concentration?
Concentration for a minute. Yeah, it's still going.
Okay. So here comes
Oh,
the
oh my
you
goodness,
rolled.
another 4. So
So you
22,
dropped it down to a 19?
So you will miss.
Wow. Foiled again. My evil plan. All right, so then the other Grell is going after Prince Adam. With another tentacle attack.
Go for
coming
it.
after Prince Adam. Oh, careful what you ask for. That's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yep. Right, that is 7 piercing damage. You have the grappled condition. And I need you
Okay.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That's a 14 con save.
You have succeeded on your Constitution saving throw. But there is still one more. There is still one more attack to resolve. That's fun. Okay. I'm gonna go for a beak attack. That's a net. No, that's a 7. But I can move you if I want.
I really feel like I'm just being drug around all over the place this fight.
You kind of are. And it's kind of fun. At least right now it is. And I'm just gonna drag you around. Let's see here. Oh, I have to do it from the Dungeon Master side. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You can move
that's
your full movement while dragging someone?
a Grell can.
Dang.
The Grell needn't spend extra movement to move a creature it's grappling. So yes, the intent there is to get it back into range with you. And
Yeah.
that was actually Grell 1, so I was actually wrong on the list. So Grell 1 is now done, and that brings us back to Ash Cedarwood.
Well, Jake.
Grell. What do we have here?
So, I'm not as familiar with like the stowing and wielding, like pulling out weapons.
Yeah,
I have a
Before or
short
after
sword
your
and a
attack?
scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can stow my bow, but I'm pretty sure I could drop it and take out both my scimitar and short sword for some dual wielding action. Is that true, or can I only grab one of them?
You can before or after. Is it only during your action? Made a video on it. I know for
I know.
sure.
How embarrassing.
We'll go back and look at it, but you can drop your bow as a free action, and then you can draw before or after each attack. You can draw or stow.
Okay.
I think it's in the attack action. I'm pretty sure.
I'll drop my bow. I'll grab my short sword and scimitar, and I'm going to make an attack. Let me just make sure. When you make the extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of a bonus action.
So you probably
I almost feel like I should have taken. Huh?
Leading with the
What?
short sword, right?
Whichever one. I'm trying to optimize my bonus action attack, and I don't remember how this works because I just ask Lee to roll for it. I have mastery with the scimitar, which has Nick.
Yeah, so you want to lead with the short sword.
All right, that's what I do. It's an 18 to hit with the short sword. Oh no. So, do I still have a bonus action for, or is this consuming my bonus?
Because you have Nick, you would this doesn't consume your bonus action because you have the Nick.
Okay.
Property.
If I can, I would have Hunter's marked it beforehand. I didn't say that, so if that's up to you.
I think it was a rules clarification. It's fine.
All right. So Hunter's marked. That's an 18 to hit with the short sword.
That does hit.
That's gonna be four piercing. Right. Short sword is piercing, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
+1 for Hunter's mark. And then I believe I get to
5
make
total.
So 5 total. Yep. I believe I get to do that again with the scimitar now,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Thanks
a
to
23. 23 to
Shout
hit.
out Nick in chat, by the way.
And it's 6, 3, 9. Ooh. All right.
You're attacking with the scimitar.
Yes. Why am I losing track of what I've even done right now?
Just make an attack roll with that scimitar. We got you.
Well, I already made the attack roll with the scimitar, and that was... I don't remember what I said, but it was above an 18. I'll roll again, because I don't remember what I said.
Was the first one?
That's
No?
an 18. Natural 18. No, natural 13 plus 5. That's an 18 for the second one.
So yeah, you hit then.
And do I add my modifier to this?
If you had the two weapon fighting style feat, you would.
I do not. But that
So
is a
just
6
be the
on the
dice.
die, and then a 6 again on the die for Hunter's Mark for a 12.
12 more.
12 more.
Okay. I mean, it's bleeding, but it's still up. And your
That'll
bow
end
is
my
on the
turn.
ground.
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
I hear you. That second attack was pretty good. That brings us back to Viola stepping times.
All right, I'm gonna do a little sachet, a little leaps in the air, some pirouettes possibly, and then I'm going to whip out my fiddle really quick, start playing again those horrible, discordant, awful noises on the fiddle as I cast Dissonant Whispers.
That was wisdom, right? On the grill.
Correct.
It's a natural 17. That's going to succeed, I believe.
Yes, but you
Yeah,
will
it's a
still
total
take half
of a 17.
damage.
Yeah.
So it was 7. So I guess 3 is half.
3, correct. Okay. Looks like it wants to run away from Dusty, but kind of just shrieks and turns in your direction.
Since it didn't have the effect I wanted it to, she's just gonna do the Charleston in place. She's just gonna like just start dancing in place, just like, you know, she's just rocking out, having a good time.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So that ends your turn. That'll bring us back to Dusty Claywright, the Earth Genasi. Great name.
All right. Dusty Claywright, the Earth Genasi, is being piloted by an AFK user as he's driving a kid to an event. But if anybody would like to make rolls for me, Dusty will swipe at the Grell with his longsword using True Strike.
Josh, you got this?
I can do it, yeah.
Yeah.
That is an 18 on the die.
With a +5 to
That's
hit.
a hit.
23.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. So it'll be a 1d8 plus 3 slashing.
10 slashing.
All right, and then playing
Dang.
fast and loose with resources, we'll go ahead and pump the third psionic dice of the night, which will add 1d6 plus 3 force.
8. So 15 total.
1d6 on the dice, and you got it. Or no, it was a 1d8 on the dice?
1d6 plus 3.
Plus 3.
Yeah,
So 8.
there's 5
Yeah,
on the
plus my
die.
intelligence modifier.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, similar to the other Grell.
All
Not
right,
looking good, but still up.
that'll do. We'll end our turn engaged with this Grell.
Okay.
The master multitasker.
Seriously,
Couldn't have done it without you, sir. Thanks for the hot dice.
just be safe.
Happy to help.
That brings us
So-
back to the top with Prince ahead of him.
So Jake, I made a mistake in my last attack. I forgot that I actually do still have weapon mastery, and that Grell was sapped. So he should have made his attack at disadvantage, but I forgot about that. So I'm grappled, and now I have disadvantage on melee. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I would have gone back to retcon that, but you have
No,
disadvantage
no.
on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler. So
Gotcha.
effectively,
So
right now, it won't really matter.
Okay, we'll just go longsword again.
Yeah.
And I am going to use my heroic inspiration and re-roll that crap. I'm sorry. Oh, it's the same thing. I rolled 2 2s.
You're
2 2s.
You're inspired.
Dude.
I don't know if that matters after your modifier, but
That's
2 plus 5 is 7 plus a d6.
it's up to you.
probably 5 or above.
Do
I
you wanna
think.
try or not?
I don't know.
All right, let's try it. Why not? That's a
Todd
5.
dropping the pod.
Whoa. Was I
So
right
what
or
did you
was I
get?
wrong,
What's the
Jake?
total?
So 2
What's
plus
it?
5, 12. It's 12.
12. Just hits.
Oh my god. All right.
Thank the Lord.
Shout out to Todd using our one of our
Yes.
emotes in chat. Spam that if you got it.
That's fantastic.
That is Christopher.
And that is,
That is Christopher.
max. That's max damage. 8 plus 5 is 13.
Ian, how do you want to do this?
This time, I do have the power. I have it.
Yes, you do.
And I'm just gonna take my longsword and just shove it through its beak and skewer it, and then shake it off my
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah, it goes. I mean, the blade comes right through the other side. It's disgusting in all the right ways.
Yep. And I'm just gonna pump my fist into the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd loves it, especially the fist pump. Especially the fist pump, especially as an Oath of Glory paladin like you. They go crazy. And you're no longer grappled, so you still have your move and your bonus.
Perfect. Ash, how are you looking on health? And I don't know if we need to worry about, I don't know if there's anything else Jake has planned or if we've just got the one Grell left.
I'm like halfway, but I think we probably just have the one left, but who knows?
Well, I'll move over to Ash and I will bonus action.
High five.
And heal for 8 points. Is that all right?
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was your lay on hands, right?
Yep.
That could give you a high five. More like a high 8.
I'm still workshopping the joke here, but there's something about Viola Step-in-Times making tutus work in combat or something.
Something about it.
There is something there, yeah.
There's something there, I just don't have it yet.
And Ian, if it makes you feel better, every time I hit with the longbow, I was supposed to have slow be a thing, and I forgot. So
Good.
I
Not
always
alone.
forget my masteries.
We're not alone. And then I guess I'll take my last bit of movement and head towards Grell 2.
Yeah. All right. That's going to bring us to Grell 2, who in a desperate attempt to survive is just going to attack Dusty Claywright because he's stubborn. He's a stubborn Grell.
He's also a sacked
That's not gonna
Grell,
do
so at disadvantage, right?
Well, yep. The first one I rolled would have been an 18 anyway, so it can't get worse than a miss. And then the out comes the beak. That is cocked. That is worse. That's a total of a 7. This Grell it knows its days are numbered. We go back to Ash.
Get him, Ash!
Okay.
Which, ironically, this would have given half cover, but the Grell is kind of sitting above it and doesn't have cover from you. Well, assuming if you move a little bit, but.
So I don't have my bow equipped. Again, I'm always fuzzy on the equipping and unequipping and that kind of things. If I just drop my other weapons, can I pick up my bow? Is that allowed?
Yeah. That's exactly
that's
allowed.
what I'll do. And I will move to wherever I need to move to. Let's call it like 10. I'll like kind of climb up on this a little bit, but not enough that it's anything crazy. And let's roll an attack. And that's a 9 plus 7 is 16. That's a hit, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
16 hits.
Is, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't say anything
you had
about
7 to your attack.
I had 7 to my attack. I have the archery fighting style.
Ranged fighting style.
Yeah.
Way to do
I
it.
forgot to say Hunter's Mark, and I'm not going to argue for it this time because I think you were more than fair last time. So it's a 1, 3, so that's 4, 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing. Still alive. Hunter's Mark probably would have did it, but
Well.
it is what it is, as they say. Did you want to do anything else?
No, it's okay.
You good? All right. Viola Step-in-Times, ready to deal the finishing blow.
Okay, I'm gonna do the electric slide
pressure.
over to this Grell. And if you know where I'm going with this, I'm going to get little static charges in between my fingers doing this electric slide. I'm gonna reach out and try to shockingly grasp him.
Yes.
23.
Yes, a 23 hits.
6 points of lightning damage.
Viola Step at times, how would you like to do this?
Well, I would like to think of some awesome thing, but honestly, he's so beat up. I think he's just happy to close his eyes and go to sleep permanently.
Yeah, it's
So I'm
almost
just
like
gonna,
putting him
like,
like a
boogie
mercy
him
kill.
over. No, like I kind of just put him out of his misery a little bit, like a shh.
It's like a mercy kill, yeah. Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Not even
So
like,
there's, like,
you want to
sparks.
rock onto Electric Avenue?
Sometimes is not
There's
nearly that
sparks.
cool. She is definitely
Yeah,
the
there's
chimney
sparks that
sweep,
fly.
you know.
Yeah, sparks are flying. Everything's kind of going crazy. The crowd goes wild as now the group has emerged victorious, short-handed against a deadly encounter, overclocked by 100 experience. And we are now going to transition into the after-action report. And I'm going to start, assuming everybody can stay. If not, totally understand. I know, Jeff, you were driving, but
Yeah, I dropped a kid
we'll
off
start-
at an event, and then I'm driving to work now, so you've got me for about 15, 20 more minutes.
I was gonna say we'll start with you. Do you have any
Okay.
thoughts? How did that play out in terms of what you may or may not have expected when you saw that the Spectator and the Grells were there?
I was terrified when a saving throw-based main monster appeared on the board, because I had brought I think we can call
Yeah.
him nigh untouchable character
With
to
an AC
this.
of 21? Yeah.
AC of
And
21
Blade
minus
Ward?
1d4 with bonus action
Yep.
Blade Ward ability from the Earth Genasi.
Yep.
I even had a silvery barbs up my sleeve the whole time, waiting for that inadvertent crit to land for me to take that away too.
I think I rolled 2 natural 19s that Blade Ward bopped, if my memory serves me.
To you, right? Yeah, that was lovely. That was exactly according to the plan. Thank you for falling into my trap. But I think the saving throw based monster was terrifying, but luckily Ash Cedarwood was able to make short work of him with 2 critical hits. So I think the dice were far in
That
our
was a
favor
game
this
changer.
time, and it made maybe the threat level of this encounter seem like it was less than the null encounter the first time we did Friday Night Fights.
I think that's a pretty fair assessment. All right, Ian. So this was your first Friday Night Fights experience.
It
was
was
it? You had fun?
wonderful. Yeah, I had a blast. And I thought for certain I was going to be a goner there had I not been beamed away magically. That paralyzed condition is brutal. I would have been a
Yeah.
goner. They have advantage, and
Grells
then
had
it's a
pads.
crit hit.
Yes. Both Grells had paths to paralyzing you if it hits too. So
Yeah.
like I was, and they could fly. So I purposely put the rocky terrain around, and I was like, let's see what happens with this.
No, that
Go
was
for it.
perfect. A couple, like you say, huge die rolls. Ash with that bow, man. But Viola, the baiting and the inspiration there at the end put me over on that attack for that first grill, and that was
The
tense.
bonuses,
Bonuses, Bane
bonuses
and
with-
Blessing.
Bane, Blessing, and the inspiration, they turned so many misses into hits, and I think a couple of saving throws were successful too. Josh, didn't you didn't take like 30, or 27, 25 damage, something like that because of
Bless. Yeah, I mean, Bless is the only reason that I think our first 3, maybe 4 attacks hit. I know it saved me from getting dropped down to like 3 hit points.
Yeah.
So
I rolled the
That was
3d10. It was like an 8, a 7, and a 10. I went, oh, it's like if he doesn't succeed here.
Well, and I was a little bit worried at first about switching initiative order with you, Ash. I didn't know how that would go, Josh, but I think that actually worked well to get that blessing in first before the rest of the attacks came in.
That was clutch.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
But overall, it was a great
Vanessa, do
time.
you have-
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Now we're happy you could play with us this time. Vanessa, do you have any thoughts on playing a dance bard or anything else in the fight that stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to play the College of Dance Bard because it's, the brand new subclass. It's not that I had any affinity towards this, although the most fun I had all game was coming up with all the dances. that was pretty fun for me. But like, one of its main features is after you inspire an ally, you get to do an unarmed strike. But like,
Yeah.
in such a big map, like, what are the odds that you're always going to be next to an enemy? So that, to me, I mean, who knows, right? That might be a balance thing where if you're always able to do an unarmed strike that relies on your dexterity, to do bludgeoning damage, and it goes up with your bardic inspiration dice, so eventually, you're rolling I think it's d12 by the time you're in higher levels. So like, it becomes quite a mighty kick to the chin, right? Eventually.
Oh, definitely.
But at lower levels, I was kind of underwhelmed with that particular feature. I think this would be really fun at higher levels. This may not be the last time we see stepping times. Because like eventually
Nice.
she gets to like roll a bardic inspiration die, and then me and each ally get to add that to their initiative, and then like every time I inspire somebody, I can give my reaction also to allow somebody else to move. So like if somebody, and without imposing opportunity attacks. So like there's some interesting things that I think this subclass can do. You just don't really unlock them until later.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
really
think
wanted
that's the
to
kind of
cast-
feature. Go ahead.
Oh, so no, you go. What's the kind of feature?
I was gonna say that that's the kind of feature where if you probably would have had to been more on the front lines if you wanted to take advantage of being able to inspire and attack, but you had a pretty strong front line with a paladin and a fighter and a ranger that could do range damage from super far away like rangers do. But yeah, I think there's some really interesting things, especially being able to move people with I love it. I love movement abilities. There were certain positionings where you were 5 feet away from the Grell, which is actually ironic because it has a reach of 10 feet. I messed that up. I could have tried to paralyze. I was looking at that now. I was like, wait a second, I think I messed it up. Oh well, it is what it is.
The turn where Marbles did Dissonant Whispers and Jeff just wisps Cleric away was like, that was incredible. I was very impressed with that. I was just standing behind the rock like
That was really cool. That was really cool.
I think once we heard paralyzed condition, everybody was like, gotta save that guy.
Yeah.
This
Thank
was the
you,
first.
it's not enough.
This was the first time I got to use the new Hail of Thorns, and it's a huge improvement as far as just like the usability of it, if you will. One of my complaints about Rangers, and I love Rangers, obviously. I think everybody knows that about me at this point. But so many of the Ranger spells are concentration spells. So Hail of Thorns used to be concentration, which kind of defeats the purpose of it, because you're probably already concentrating on Hunter's Mark or something else. But being able to just be like, all right, well, I hit. I'm going to use my bonus action. It's not going to break my concentration. It's just going to do another d10 of damage. That was wonderful.
Yeah, that's one of those things where that's one of those pain points I think that they tried to smooth out, was a lot of concentration. They did that with the Paladin Smite, which I know it means you can only smite once per turn, but it's like if you're going to cast a smite spell that it's going to, say, take away his ability to use a bless scroll, which is pretty neat. But yeah, to me, outside of mistaking the 10 feet of reach, I felt like the monsters performed pretty much the way I was expecting them to. But I think those critical hits and the blesses were massive. Were massive. So
Yeah,
yeah,
taking
I
the
mean,
spectator off the field early is what made this combat work in the party sphere.
yeah, and I never rolled one on the eye stalk attacks, but I had the confusion ray, I had the paralyzing ray, the fear ray, and the wounding ray. For the most part, it was fear and wounding, but I did have the one paralyze in there. But I was thinking that would just do all sorts of nasty things. The DC wasn't too high, only 12. But
At level 3, DC 12 is really high.
Yeah, the only reason that
It's
was
enough.
manageable was bless. I
bless,
think.
it was huge. Which Ian, you DM'd me during the week. You're like, I'm thinking about taking a bless scroll, and I'm thinking, don't take a bless scroll. Don't take a bless scroll. I just tried to play it cool.
I know
Like,
that's
yeah,
the
bless
hard
is a
part
good
about
spell.
this
I
is
get
like
it.
you have to show the DM your hand, kind of. Well, what do you think? You know, this is kind of what I'm thinking, but it paid off.
Yeah.
Huge. It paid off in dividends.
It's
Yes, it did.
it's such an interesting battle, because it's funny. A lot of times when players are making plans for whatever they're about to walk into, the DM is hearing everything you're talking about. It's like, okay, but you still gotta, I wasn't gonna try to lead you one way or the other, just maybe talk about what the benefits of both, and Bless turned out to be a big game changer, so
Yeah.
well done.
Thank you.
We'll say though that the rolls were kind of all over the place. Like we missed a lot of our.
Yeah.
I don't think we didn't hit a single attack
The
the
early
first
ones.
round. We only hit. Did we hit the second round? I think we maybe one hit the second round. The third round is really when we actually started like being
Yeah,
effective.
after the
it felt
first
like.
round, after the first and second round went by, I was like,
Yeah.
all I need is
Yeah,
one
it
or
was
two bad
scary.
saving throws, and I got this. But any other closing thoughts from anyone else?
I don't really want to
Mhm.
tempt fate, but how does it feel to be 0-2, Jake? This is a post-game conference now. You're 0-2. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna accomplish? In the
Well, I think
in
my
the
process is
downtime?
good. We've been having good practice throughout the week, so it's just not coming together on game day. I'm gonna go to the game film, see where we went wrong. And my goal isn't necessarily to make a TPK. It's just to test these rules, and I'm seeing where I need to dial things up a little bit, as I did. I will say, being shorthanded did surprise me how, I'm not gonna say handily you did it, because they did have low AC values, but there was like 150 hit points that you guys had to get through. So
I honestly thought after those first 2 rounds, like, we're toast, we're done.
I kind of felt the same
I
way.
was that-
Yeah. But you're dealing with professionals here.
That's
it
right.
just shows you how quickly things can change, too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to the viewers at home, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. And we've yet to do this in a video. We also have memberships. If you saw in the chat, we've got Christopher, we've got all sorts of emotes that you can do. I'm gonna put them in chat right now from the J&J account. So yeah, there's some fun stuff there. If you believe in what we're doing at J&J Tabletop, it's just a nice little way you could support us. So again, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to participate in the next Friday Night Fights, check the link tree in the description and you can join the Discord and we could talk about it. We like making friends. As serious as it is, it's not serious at all. So don't forget to be kind to one another. It's worth it. It makes the world a better place. Take care, everybody.